Hello everybody. So this video is going to be about my home buying process. So I'm going to answer some questions, and I'm also going to show you guys my house. It's not fully furnished. It is somewhat furnished. So yeah, first I'm going to show you the house and then we'll answer questions. Once you come in the door, you come into the living room, and then there's also like the passageway to go upstairs, like the upstairs. So this is my living room so far. I'm missing a table in here. Okay. And then this little area right here, I think I'm gonna put a bar cart. That's the hallway. And then this is the kitchen. Okay. Counters, appliances. Now I think in here I'm just missing a blender, a toaster, an air fryer, and I need to get like baking utensils. And then this is the little table I got put together, and then washer and drying area. Now, do not judge me based off of my the lawn is not cared for right now. This is like the backyard. There's a shed back there. Alright. And then have a bathroom. Well, the only bathroom. Yeah. And then you have a hall closet here. Where I keep like back stock of like storage stuff, some maintenance stuff. And then this is gonna be a workout room eventually, maybe. That's where I have like my weights and stuff right now, and my workout stuff is in there, and then my work stuff is in this closet, and then that's for my hair, obviously. And then this is my bedroom. Like I said, I'm missing furniture, so you have this little area, and then my bed. I'm gonna get 2 nightstands soon, and then I'm also waiting for a dresser and a TV for in here. So that's color coordinated or whatever. And then that box is actually stuff that I plan on donating, and then this stuff is stuff that's gonna wind up going in the dresser. And then the closet's kind of messy, but you know, handbags is on top of there, and like socks, underwear, stuff in there. Okay. Now we can head upstairs so I can show y'all upstairs. Turn this light off. So I'm gonna go upstairs. You'll see this little hall closet here. That's where I keep my storage bins and stuff. Some of them are empty, some of them are seasonal clothes, and then like that's my memory box. I did that at Paint and Sip. I'm gonna wind up turning this into my animal bathroom, just because I want to have a place that they could go inside. I'm getting a puppy in a week, so I want to have a place for her inside. This is currently my guest room. There's boxes in here that are gonna wind up going in my office closet, probably like next week. And then just a bed. I'm gonna wind up putting furniture in there, like the dresser and stuff. And then this is my office space. So I used to do pop-up shops, so this stuff is here. I'm trying to get rid of it, so if anybody wants to buy any of this stuff from me, just leave me a comment and I can contact y'all and ship everything out to you. This I tie-dyed them by hand. My niece designed the girl on the front of it. So yeah. Yeah. This is just what it looks like right now. But like I said, stuff will be getting added into the space. This is my cute little desk. I put all the furniture together myself, y'all. So, cute little desk. I plan on getting a laptop. I mean, a desktop in here because my laptop is like usually something that I want to have for my mobility, for mobile purposes. So I want to get a desktop for up here because I think it'll be better for what I'm actually trying to do. But yeah, now I'll ask you guys questions. Okay. So I wrote down some questions that I think is helpful, and I wish I kind of would have known this before I started the entire process, but it just made more sense for me to buy a house than continue renting, knowing I was going to be here for at least 2 more years. So if you think of it this way, right, it makes more sense for you to put money into a house that's going to build equity versus you renting a place that could cost you $23,000, $30,000 in rent when you could literally use that money to go towards paying down a mortgage, which essentially you'll get back if you sell it or if you decide to use it as a rental property or whatever in the end. So here's some information. A lot of people think that when you get a VA loan for some reason, you don't put any money down at all. Technically, you don't put any money down, right? Technically, you're not paying a down payment for a property. So if you're getting a $300,000 house, right, you're not putting like $30,000 down just for the down payment and then paying closing costs on top of it, right? So the money that you do wind up putting down is your closing cost, but that still goes, it doesn't go into the mortgage, it goes into the like fees and like paying for like the realtor and all of that type of stuff, right? I did get a is this the pen? Oh, this is a little pin that the real estate agency my real estate agency wound up giving me, and then I also have a little tumbler mug, but it's at work, so yeah. So originally the house that I wanted to purchase, the price that they had listed it for originally was $315,000, but because of the market, they wind up dropping it to $300,000, right? No, that was the price that I was negotiating on. I was negotiating on a $300,000 mortgage. I got pre-approved for like $370,000, $380,000, something around those numbers. I was trying to knock down the price from $300,000. I didn't really want to pay $300,000 because in the end you do wind up still like paying the cost and stuff for that house. Like you have to, if you're gonna buy it, you gotta pay the full $300,000 at the end of it, right? Or you sell it back when you leave, what's on your duty station, whatever. So what happens is, so you negotiate on a price, right? Say it's $300,000. And then you're like, okay, I want this house. So you start going through the contract process, signing papers and stuff. And then you get an appraisal done on the house, an appraisal and an inspection. Now, during the appraisal tells you how much the house is actually worth, right? So veterans will only pay the amount that the house is actually worth. So when we did our appraisal, it got appraised for less than $300,000. It got appraised for $281,325, right? So what we had to do was renegotiate a price between me and the seller. So the seller decided to come down to our price because of the amount of time that the house was on the market for. So we got the price down to $281,325. That's how much the mortgage company footed for me, right? And then I personally had to put up $11,717.65 in closing costs. Now, I did pay for the appraisal out of pocket, and I paid for something else out of pocket. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that they came to about $1,500. So my I would say that if you are going to purchase a house with a veteran's mortgage, that you should probably put a good $20,000 or $15,000 to $20,000, depending on how much the house is, to the side for closing costs, etc. The fees that your closing costs goes towards is usually title inspections, title services, VA funding fees, appraisal, which that was included in the fees on the breakdown, but it also had a credit towards it because I paid for it up front. And then recording fees, right? And then you also have like your escrow. So you have a certain amount of money that you have to pay up that goes into escrow for the property. So the original interest rate that I had was 5.875, but then I got discount credits. So my actual interest rate is 5.75. And how long it took me to go through this entire process. I found my real estate agent, I want to say in August, like mid to late August. No, that's not right. That's not right. Early August. Yeah, because I went on the ship for 2 weeks in the beginning of August, and when I came back, that's when, no, before that, end of July. I got my real estate agent the end of July. I had to just do the math in my head, but the end of July. And I had put in to get pre-qualified from Veterans United on July 22nd. And then I closed on my house on August 29th. It was supposed to be August 23rd, but then we had to push back because of the sellers, not because of us. So the process takes about a month if you do wind up finding a house. I was going to look at houses like 2 to 3 times a week for a few weeks. So once I found this house, I was like, yeah, this is it. I found a house that I liked before I found this one, and then the moment that I wanted to put in the papers and stuff for it, somebody apparently already did that. So yeah, so it takes about a month if you wind up finding the house and stuff that you want. So you go through like all the processes and stuff, doing all of the paperwork and appraisals and stuff like that. And then I also wind up having to get security. I got a discount on the security company. So you had to pay for first month security or whatever, and they gave me like $1,000 credit to go towards installations and stuff like that. And then whatever is left over, you just pay monthly. So I had my $1,000 credits, and then I got additional stuff because I got cameras and stuff added also. So then I wind up having, I think I owe them like an extra $500, and I owe them like $200, $300 now. So what was the process like? I think at first I was a little confused. I didn't think that it was gonna cost me $11,000. I thought it was gonna be way, way, way cheaper than that for some reason. Luckily, I had a pretty hefty savings at the time, so I was able to like foot the $11,000, but I did not want to pay. I was like, my savings, I need this money. And so it's taking so long to furnish, because before I lived here, I lived in an apartment which was shared. So I only had to furnish my bedroom, and then coming here, I have to furnish four bedrooms, a kitchen, and a living room. So, and then I have a puppy that I'm getting next week, so I have to get like puppy stuff and stuff like that. So, well, I guess this is included in the bedroom, but like the whole office space and different things like that. So that cost me a pretty penny too. But here's a trick. I don't care what nobody says. I think I did this the smartest way possible, and it helps me to defeated the purpose. It defeated, what am I trying to say? Basically, I wasn't trying to put myself in debt by using credit cards to buy furniture, right? So I have like a little extra income that I get on the side or whatever. So I was able to use Klarna and Amazon, Klarna, Amazon, Afterpay, and Walmart, because I got my couch from Walmart in order to get my furniture. So what I did was, and this does require like strict strict budgeting or just not going out for a while, but I was like, I don't want to be furnishing my house up until the end of next year, right? So I closed on August 29th, but I didn't move in until October 1st because I still have my apartment. So when I moved in on October 1st, the first piece of furniture that I got was my bed. My bed was like $100 something from Amazon, right? After I did that, I realized, wait a second, I can use Afterpay on Amazon, right? So what I would do is I'll just put a bunch of stuff that I needed up to like $500, right? I put a bunch of stuff that I needed for the house in the cart, and then I'd go on Afterpay. I'd get a one-time card, go into my cart or whatever, and then purchase the $500 worth of furniture for the house, but only have to pay like $100, $150 that day. And then you can choose with Afterpay if you want to do it. If you want to do it like every 2 weeks, if you want to do it on a monthly basis. But I chose to do it every 2 weeks because that way, excuse me. That way I'm paying it off faster. I hate being in debt. I hate it. So, when I would get down to like that batch order only owing about one payment left, like $150 or something on it, then not the week that it's owed, but like the week before, I would do another batch order. So I'll get another $500 worth of items, go on Amazon, purchase Afterpay, purchase the items through Afterpay, pay my $150, right? So I'll pay $150 that week, $150 the next week, right? So at one point, it's like I pay $150 in 2 weeks. So that's like $300, right? But then I don't pay after that last one, I don't pay again until the week after. Or was it 2 weeks after? 2 weeks after that. 2 weeks after. And then you pay the second installation. And so that's how I was basically doing that and getting furniture. That's how I got my bed, my couch, my Christmas tree, okay, my kitchen table, and I was able to furnish it it's now January 8th, and I got my last piece of furniture in December. So in 2 months, I was able to basically furnish 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms. I have like little bits of furniture and stuff that I need to get now, but I'll be done furnishing and not be in debt by March. I should have all of the furniture that I need. Actually, yeah, by March, I should have all of the furniture that I need without putting myself in an unnecessary amount of debt, credit card debt. Because, we trying to dig through it and trying to get these degrees, So how much I pay in mortgage? I pay like $18.94 a month, around $18.90 something a month, for my mortgage. Stipulation. So when you're active duty and you're getting a place, I'm not sure if this is the same for actual veterans, but active duty, you have to live in that space for at least 2 years before you can decide to do anything else, but it has to be a primary residence for 2 years. So this is my primary residence. This is where I live, but I have 4 bedrooms, so okay. And like I told y'all, it took me like a month, right, to do. And I already kind of told y'all how I went about furnishing the place and different things like that. And I also kind of talked about why going the mortgage route was better for me than going the rent route. When I was living in my luxury apartment, though, I was only paying like $1,300 a month. So I am paying a little bit more money, but I'm getting more bang for my buck and I'm getting equity. So it's worth it in the end. Now, they kind of make sure that they match your mortgage to what your BAH is. That's another like little hit, right? So if you're a single sailor and you're E3, E4 below, E4 and below. I think E4 is the same as E3. I think we get like $1,800, $1,900. So my BAH is literally my mortgage payment, okay? And then I'm paying basically from my base pay, or from my BAS technically, is what I'm paying like gas and electric, water, and all of that stuff from. So my BAS and my BAH is going directly towards living expenses like it's supposed to. But like I said, it still kind of outweighs. If I would have went and got a 1-bedroom apartment, because I would have been on my own at that point, I would have been paying $1,800 to $2,200 trying to get a place within the same range apartment for a 1-bedroom apartment in somebody else's building. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me. So I was like, you know what? We're going to have to swallow this pride. You're going to have to use some of this savings and stuff like that. And then I think like after I leave here, I think what I'm going to wind up doing is using, selling this to my LLC. Or contributing it, depending. It depends. If I sell it to, that's a different conversation though. So if I sell it to my property management LLC, then I'm using this to rent out rooms to travel nurses, to military personnel, and to students only. Okay? Only. I might wind up putting some videos on here as to why. That would be the, the method, but that's kind of what that is. If y'all have any questions about home ownership or any of the unexpected expenses, because there's some unexpected expenses that I did have to come out of pocket for, but it's like little home improvement stuff that winds up helping to build the value of the property. Like I got carpets downstairs that you saw in the video. Those are different that you saw in this video are different carpets than when I came in. I didn't think upstairs needed any new floorings because the floors up here look pretty modern, but downstairs in the living room and in the stairs, the reason why those carpets are different from the ones in the bedroom is because I replaced the living room and stuff to help kind of modernize it. And I think at some point, if we ever decide to sell, then I'm either going to put the same carpet in the bedrooms, or I'm going to put these type of flooring, wood floors, inside of the bedrooms, just to make it a little bit more, get a little bit more for my money. But yeah, I think that is everything. And I'm going to go ahead and go. If you have any questions, leave your comments down below. Like I said, if y'all want to buy any of this stuff that is back there, also leave a comment down below. I don't have the website is not up right now, so you can't purchase through the website, but I have the capabilities of calculated shipping and stuff like that, so I'll be able to we can negotiate something. I'm also doing batch orders also, so if you want to get a bunch of stuff, we can come up with a batch price, or you just give me a price or whatever that you want to pay for so I can get rid of it. We're going in a different direction for my business, so I don't want to sell other people's items. I want to sell my own, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I'll see y'all in my next video.